G'day Carbonites, welcome back to Space Engineers Survival Maybe. So with the completion of the cargo storage area, next on the agenda is to start the hangar. I'm really happy with how this turned out. This is really cool. And you guys seem to like it as well, which is good. Yeah, it turned out pretty good for something that I just improvised on the way. Now, the hangar I have not improvised. I've spent a little bit of time planning a design because I feel like this is a major construction. So I wanted to make sure I knew, or at least had an idea of what I was going to do. To make sure everything is going to fit in with my current plans. So I was going to start the ground-based hangar, which runs through here, right alongside the base. And that's going to be for wheeled vehicles and stuff like that. But I think due to us needing a landing spot for all these aircraft that we have, and various docking stations, so we can get ore into the system without having to park them on the roof like this. And I want to get rid of that stupid cargo container that we've got there. I thought we should actually start the air hangar first. So she's going to be around this sort of area here, and it's going to run into the mountain like this. It's going to be fairly high above the base, and it's going to run this way, which will eventually meet up with the ground-based hangar, which is going to be down here. So I will need to extend the main corridor another section, and off the last door of this section here, we'll come out into here, and we'll have an elevator that goes up. Now, I wasn't gonna do an elevator because I feel like it's beyond my engineering capabilities. But I think with the help of Splitsie's tutorial that he did on elevators, I might be able to do it. So, elevator going up to the hangar. The hangar itself isn't gonna house the aircraft. I want them in their own bays that are going to be underneath the hangar. And when we get into an aircraft, we'll lift up the bay, and it'll open up into the hangar, and then we can use it to fly out of the mountain. That's the idea anyway. So I'm going to get started on extending this first, because we can't do anything until we extend the corridor. And I'll skip past that because you guys have seen this all before. So I'll bring you guys back when I've got that done. Welcome back, guys. So I just finished extending the corridor. I just noticed that the batteries had run out, so I'm gonna quickly swap these over. Not that we're struggling for power. You can see inside there that all the batteries are full. But it'd just be good to get this one on the solar tower, just so it's gonna get charged as soon as we get some power up there, or as soon as we get some sunlight. Try and scoot forward a little bit so we don't burn the batteries. Well, that one was a little bit rough. There we go. Oh, Jesus. I'm a little bit rough today. Beautiful. Okay, look how long this corridor is. Crazy. I think we definitely need some sort of a sign system up here because I'm starting to forget which entrance is what. So that's something I'll have to think about. It'd be cool to get some LCD panels on like a rotor or something that so we can stick it out on an angle. I think that'd be really cool. Something visible, so as you're walking down, you can see it like sitting up there. I don't know. Think of something. Okay. So, let's jump into spectator cam so I can give you guys an idea of what I've got planned. So we've got this section here. We're going to come out. I think it's like 6 blocks. And then we're going to run this way about 11 blocks. And then we go up 17 blocks. And then that's the edge of the hangar. So for now, I don't think I'll build the elevator first. I think what I'll do is I'll get the basics of the hangar done, just so I can start parking the vehicles inside the hangar, and then like, because this is going to be a fairly big project, we'll build the elevator over time, and the various bays for the aircraft. Do that over the course of the playthrough, I guess, because yeah, this is going to be a massive undertaking. All right, so I'm going to just refer to my notes again, just to make sure I do have those dimensions right, because I don't want to screw this up, because I've got some blast doors in mind, and if I don't put them in the correct spot, they will actually pop out of the mountain. So I need to make sure I get the measurements accurate. The door comes like all the way out to here, and then it slides back in. All right, anyway, I'll see you guys soon. All right, so I just measured the piston mechanism that's going to be opening the blast doors just to make sure it's going to fit. And it looks like it is going to be fine. So there's the edge of the mountain. And that's the end of the piston there. So the actual hanger will start here, I guess. And it'll run this way. All right, cool. Let's get into it. All right, so the width of the hangar is going to be 16 blocks. Not that you guys can see what the hell's going on here because we're in a little tunnel. I'm vaguely remembering where I am and what I'm doing. So that's where the wall will be, closest to our... Where are we? Yeah, so this is the wall. And then the width of it will be 16 blocks this way into the mountain. So I'm going to do that. And then we'll go straight out this way. And then I'll be able to use the miner to drill it out. Which is something I haven't been able to do because I've been too lazy to make an opening for the miner to get into the base. Because I tell you what, digging out that corridor, even though I'm getting quite efficient at it, it'd be a lot better if I just made a mining ship that could fit in there. Or made a opening big enough for our Doty to fit in, which wouldn't be very difficult. Okay, that should be 16. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, awesome. So there is the width. I might actually design this outside so I can project it because it'll make digging it out a lot quicker. Okay, probably want to start over this side here. Let's lift it up so it gets over the top of this. That should be right. Beautiful. Okay. All right, so it's only going to be 6 tall. Not a very big hangar. How long have we had that hole in the side of the base for now? been a long time. Just getting distracted with everything else. I think once we can get rid of that cargo container that's in the middle of the room, we'll be able to repurpose this as a lobby or something, and maybe we could put a proper door in or something. I don't know. I've been contemplating actually moving the entrance to the base to another location. I'm not 100% sure where I would put it, but the idea was just to make this like sort of a observation type place. I don't know. But then I don't really know where the entrance would be. I don't know. Something to think about. So the idea is just to build a section that we're going to be repeating in the hangar tube, and then that way we can just blueprint it and project it, and then we can build a welding ship finally, or some sort of a welding device that will help us, so I don't need to do it by hand. Although we do have upgraded tools, so it doesn't take that long, to be honest. The only issue is not being able to carry as much as a ship. So I have to keep going back, and then like I run out of hydrogen all the time and that sort of stuff. You know, that old chestnut. Okay, there's the basics of it. Very simple so far. I'm not 100% sure if this is long enough for a section. There is some intricate designs that I'm going to do in the wall, so that'll be how I judge how far the hangar is. This is going to take a lot of steel, because unlike Splitsie's hangar, he only did pillars to make it seem like the roof is supported and that type of thing, which it turned out really good, but I'm worried about how bad my mining is. I don't think I'll be able to get my walls as straight as he did, so I'm just going to cover them up, which is a shame, because I really do like the way Splitsie did his. It looks really good. But we're going to try something else. We're going to try this. Alright, so we'll start at the back. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with the game either. Like every now and then, that's the wrong piece. Like I can hear this like constant whooshing sound, like I'm next to a thruster or something like that. And it doesn't happen all the time, just every now and then it'll just flick over like it has. Because you'll probably notice at the start of this episode, we didn't have that noise. And when I was up in the tunnels, I ground down a steel block, and then all of a sudden this noise started. And it'll be constant until I restart the game now. So it's weird. No, that one can stay there. Nope, I'm an idiot. That needs to go. Okay, so if you can see what I'm doing, it's very similar to our current design, but it is a little bit different. And I actually really like the way this looks. So I wanted something to look, I wanted it to look like futuristic. And So I was playing around with all these designs, and I really like this triangle shape that we can get in using these 2x1x1 slopes. So I've been using those throughout this entire process, and yeah, it looks pretty good. Well, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's all subject to personal preference, I guess.
Energy low.
Okay, and every now and then we're going to have these giant pillars that stick out on an angle. And they add for a really cool effect at the end. It's a shame it's so difficult to see while it's in wireframe, but you just have to take my word for it. Yeah, so they're going to be on both sides. So it does narrow down the hanger in places, but I really like the shape it creates. It's yeah, it looks really, really cool. And we've got these little indentations on either side of it, and they're scattered throughout. Okay, and then we've got these bigger indentations, same shape as that, but what we're going to do is use these as we're going to hide some details behind here just to liven up the this place and make it look like it's some sort of functioning structure. It'll make sense once we complete it. Well, hopefully. All right, so we've got a another beam there that we can line up with an existing beam, so that'll help us get a repeatable pattern. Now there is there's a little bit of a roof decoration as well. I think that's the middle. Just double check. Yep. Okay, now right above these doorway things, we can do something up here. We're gonna have a massive skylight. It's gonna grind the whole thing down. There we go. Okay, so we got this diamond that's going to be inset in the roof. And then above it, we're not going to be able to see rock. We just want some different colored blocks. Just so the roof isn't too boring. Damn it. Okay, yeah, you can't see shit, but just take my word for it. It's gonna look good. All right, now I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get the lights set up in here as well. So if we blueprint this, once we build the lights, they'll be set up with whatever settings that we have in the blueprint, except for offset. Offset always gets reset, but that's all right. All right, so we're just putting some interior plate in here as well. Interior walls, I mean. So we've got 3 rows of those around the outside, and they're in white, so they'll match the interior of the base. How we've done little pathways. That'll look good. I believe all the lights are done. What I might do is put a transformer box on here. What's it cost to make one? And color. We just need 8 power cells, some computers, and some metal grids. Actually, I might put a couple of these on here just because they'll add to detail. And the reason why I wanted to weld those up is so all the lights turned on. And that way, when I project the blueprint, it will, the lights will shine, even if the lights aren't welded, which is pretty cool. Oh, we're gonna get more hydrogen. Okay, I think we're done, to be honest. projector and blueprints, air hanger. Let's get our spectator cam. Actually, let's select this with the build vision first. There we go. Okay, spectator cam. We are miles too high, but we hadn't anticipated that. Okay, so we basically need to line this up because this is where the door is going to be. This is where the blast door is going to be. So we need to move it back to where I want the door to line up. So forward offset. I'm going to bring it back to there. How does that look out here? That should be okay. I know we don't need to drill, we don't need to place this block here. So it should be fine. And it sticks out a little bit out the front, but I'm pretty sure I can make that work. Yeah, so this is where the blast door is going to be here. And then we'll have a little bit of a runway before we get out. Yep, all right, that looks good. Happy with that. Now it's time to start drilling. Fun. All right, so I'll see you guys when I make some progress, I guess. Welcome back, guys. So I've got it all dug out. It looks good. Yeah, so that's what I mean about the lights. They still shine, even though they're not welded up. If they were welded up in the blueprint, it gets cast. So this helps me get things orientated, so I know where everything is. All right, so what I'm thinking is the next step would be to get a conveyor system up to this point, because it'll make welding this thing a lot easier because the parts will be accessible from here rather than all the way down at the base. I did contemplate building some sort of a welding ship, but I think for this first section, I'll just get the hanger welded up by hand, and then for the following extensions, we'll have some sort of a machine to help us. So, conveyor system. Where is my spectator cam? I'm thinking, like, if we just... possibly this block here, if we turn this into a small cargo container, and then we run conveyor straight down, we could link up with the top of the cargo storage area pretty easily. And then we just gotta throw one of these in. Beautiful. And we should have access to all our conveyor system. Hopefully. If I have done this right. Which will make welding this up a lot easier. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so we don't need those. Actually, we will need some of those. Okay. So I'm just going to put a seat here so we can regain energy without having to go down to the base. And we'll get rid of it when we don't need it anymore. Welcome back, guys. So I just noticed that that base over there was sending some drones our way. So I have put another turret outpost up on the hill. So this was the first one. I put a GPS marker here because I wanted to see how far away the next one was, and it's actually a kilometer in that direction because I wanted to get it up on top of the hill. Because one of the things I noticed with these guys is they don't actually get to attack until they get really, really close, because the enemy gets protected. Here it is. I can just see the silhouette. So this actually has a pretty good view of the enemies coming up over that ridge. But as you can see there, those turrets down there aren't going to be able to cover these ones, which isn't ideal. Maybe later on we could put another outpost around here somewhere. I don't know, it's too dark to see at the moment. We'll sort it out later. But let's go and have a look at the... Oh, how cool does that look? So there's the start of the hangar. Yeah, that looks really cool. So I sort of improvised with this section here. I think it turned out really, really good. It's better than my my design that I did in creative, so to work out what I was going to do basically. Yeah, it turned out really, really good. So if you're wondering about how to get these lights to do this, you saw me set them up when we were designing them to have a blink interval. So it is a blink interval of 1 second, and then for 7% of that time, they will be lit. And what I did is I just changed the offset of each one of them. So this one is at 85%. This one here will be at 90, 95, and 100. So I just kept going back. So they each have a 5% offset. So that's why they light up like that. Looks really, really cool. I like it. I did notice that I think this is actually, I screwed up the projection. If we get the spectator cam. Because remember I was lining this up with the door. This was where the second door was going to be. And I'm pretty sure that's meant to be here. So I sort of screwed it up. But it'll still work. It'll just be outside the mountain by 1 block more than what I had originally planned. Alright, so I think what I'll do is I'll put the details that I was planning to do in these little cavities here. And I feel like this might be a short video because I've cut out a lot of the building. Just because I feel like the building part is quite boring in comparison to the actual designing process. I think the designing process is a lot more interesting. So I've most likely cut out a lot of the building. So what we'll do is we'll keep going. What I'll do is I'll actually build the doors, the blast doors now. I think that'd be really good to get those in place now. And then as we expand the runway into the mountain further, we'll have blast doors to protect us. All right, so where are the? So we're going to use modules as a form of decoration. So yeah, I'm thinking like there and there. Let's get some goodies. The speed modules don't really seem that interesting in my opinion. I like the way the yield modules look, but I also like the power efficiency module. So I have these two giant lights that are in the middle, which can look pretty cool. So there we go. And that's why I put the red light behind that, just to sort of give a red glow around the rest of it, match the modules. I think it does a good job of just filling out this this hangar with a bit more detail to make it look like it's a functioning device. All right, so we're gonna have two blast door systems. So one's gonna be here and one's gonna be here. And they're gonna open up in different directions. So the first set running through here are gonna open up into the mountain sideways. And then these ones here are gonna open up and down. So when we open them up, it'll be like a square or a rectangular opening that will get larger because of the way it'll look. It'll be cool. So let's start doing that, I guess. Alright, so that's going to be the bottom of the blast door. Oh no, it'll be one higher. So that's going to be the bottom of the blast door. I want to lift up the piston so it's not dragging on the bottom here. Alright, so that's where the piston is going to be. Let's just double check this. Heaps and heaps of room. Alright, cool. Because we will need to clear out the voxels around it, just so the piston can have clear movement. Alright, production is really slow at the moment. For some reason, only one of the refineries is doing iron, and the others are doing other stuff. So what I've been doing is jumping into the control panel, turning these off, going to the inventory and clearing out everything. And then turning them back on. So then that way they all seem to grab iron first, because that's what the production needs. And now these are just making constantly. All right, we'll see how long that lasts. Okay, so this should be 8 from this block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that's the middle. Well, these two squares are the middle. So each door would be it'll be 8. No, let's make it 9. So there'll be always some blast doors behind here. Yeah. Okay. And then obviously we're going to use blast doors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there'll be an edge. Okay, and then just to symbolize where the other door will shut, we'll do that. Okay, piston. It's obviously these two here. Now we only need to move, what is it, 7 blocks. So each large piston can move 4 blocks, which is 10 meters. So we need one of them to only move 7.5 meters, which would be 3 blocks. All right, so let's put share inertia tensor on as well, just so it stops shaking around like that. And this one here, we will say maximum distance is 7.5. All right, reverse. Okay, so that one is 7.5. That's good. And the other one's gone to 10. That's good. But it... Oh no, that'll be all right. Yeah. So it'll only be this spot down here. Make sure I attach it to the actual door this time. And then obviously we'll have a corner piece like that. Okay, so what I'm worried about is like we're going to be able to see through that little gap there, and we're going to be able to see into the cavity. So that's why I was thinking about making it 1 block longer. Because in that way it'll go back a little bit further and we won't be able to see in there. But I guess it's not that bad because so these blocks will continue up here, all the way up here, and we've got this this wall on either side, so that will look good. It's just this bottom section. And I guess technically we could probably put a blast edge. Might just make a little bit more room here. We're gonna have to clear this out anyway for the second door. So yeah, if we just put a blast edge attached to that, I think that will suffice. So it'll just, like, you won't be able to see that far in there. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Okay, well let's fill this out. We will need to remove these. All right, there's one side of the door. Reverse. See if it makes it all the way back. Did we clear out enough space? Looks pretty close. I don't think we did though. I think it is actually hitting something. So let's clear out a little bit more room here. No, looks good. It's very tight down there, but I think everything's fine. I guess we could just, we can check. Yeah, so that piston's at 0. This is how we'll be able to, yeah, they're both at 0. Perfect. All right, now each one of these takes 140 steel plates. That's going to add up very quickly, especially because we're doing 4 bloody doors. But it'll be worth it. It'll look cool. So this side here, I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about how much we dig out because it's just directly into the mountain. Oh, wait. Gotta get rid of all those as well. Is that guy coming over? He is. Alright. Let's just find out where he is. Or he's just about. Well, he has damaged one of the turrets by the looks of it. Yeah, that bottom one's on fire. Alright, here we go. Jesus, look how quick they are. Approaching the turrets. Yeah, he's taking fire. Oh my god. Getting hit by the other turrets as well. See, that's how far he overshot his mark. He's actually going back to hit those turrets now. It's dropping. He's still functional, but barely. Doesn't have any lift, he's just got directional. Wow. Okay, well, the turrets are good. Yep. He got shredded by both sets. All right, that was good. I'm happy with our defense in that direction now. All right, there we go. Let's test it out. See if we can make it explode. So I've got them all in a group. So if we just hit reverse, they should close. And hopefully not blow up. Okay, they do slam into each other a little bit. I might reduce their pushing distance by a little bit. 7.3, yep, okay. Let's make it 7.1. See how that goes. See how that looks? Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yep. All right, happy with that? Looks good. How much steel plate do we have? Probably not enough. It was 140 per blast door section. Each door is 8 by 6. Which is 96 blocks times 140. We need 13,440 steel just to weld that door up. How's production doing? Still going hard on those plates. All right, cool. Let's get a button panel here. Just for the time being. I'll put it over this side. Groups, pistons. Yep, reverse. Oh, and let's change the name of that. There we go. Open blast doors. Yep. Oh, no, that it shouldn't be called open. It should be toggle. Because it does both actions. It does opening and closing. All right, cool. We've got that. Let's start working on the vertical blast doors. So very similar process, except there won't be. I'm not going to do a piston on the top and the bottom. I'm going to actually put the pistons over this side because there's more mountain to play with over there. So we're actually going to get rid of all of this. Okay. Should I put the piston right next to the blast door? Is that going to cause some sort of interference? I don't think it will. I think the blast door will be able to slide straight past it. And it would make this process a lot easier of building this. Let's clear out a little bit more space here. Now, the good thing about this one is because it's only 6 blocks tall, each door segment is only going to have to move 3 tiles. So that means 1 piston will be able to handle it. So we're going to put a piston for each of the door sections. I'm going to have one facing down and one facing up just on this side, and then the door sections will be connected to these pistons. So if we could essentially put a piston maybe here. This will be in its up state. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one needs to stop here. So one more, and then a corner piece. And I forgot which direction we were putting the little metal bars. I think it was vertical. Let's just go with that. Okay, now we need to make sure it's got enough room for it to open up. So let's make a little opening down here. Looks like there's enough room everywhere there. Here we go. Oh, she's stuck again. All right, it'd be better when I can run straight across it. But for now, that is done by the looks of it. All right, start the second one. Let's get the top one. All right, let's see how this goes. So we're gonna build it in its closed state because this is as low as the piston's gonna get. So let's go, we probably don't even need blast door pieces for this bit, but we'll keep it consistent. So that's 1, 2, and then 3. We need the corner piece. Come all the way across with the edge. So this one's going to be... Is that going to be the same? Minimum distance. It's currently at 0, yeah, so we want this at 0.4. And then maximum distance of 7.5. And then let's hit reverse on that. It is getting stuck. Not sure what it's hitting. Currently at 4.9. Let's reverse this one as well. So it goes into the closed state. We'll see how they line up. Is that one making noises as well? I can't hear it. These need to be a lot closer. Okay, this is not like the horizontal ones. Okay, where's the vertical? Let's copy this. This is the top. Minimum distance of 0.2. How's that look? Ah, it needs to be 0. Needs to be 0. Actually, we should be able to do both of them. Minimum distance 0. Put them in a group. Blast door pistons. Okay, so that's 0. And it still leaves a little bit of a gap. Let's double check to make sure those pistons are actually at 0. Yep, they are. There's going to be a little bit of a gap there. Put all of these into a group called, I don't know, blast doors. Alright, so when it closes, we'll have to adjust the timings because I want them both sets to close and open at the exact same time. But so far that actually looks pretty good. Bottom one took a little bit longer. I think it's still getting caught on something. Yeah, but that looks really cool. It'll look a lot better once it's all welded up. But yeah, I like the way it opens up in a square rectangle. Looks really cool. All right, we're looking good. I can see particles. It's the top piston. Oh, okay, I see. We haven't given it enough room. You good now? Okay, should be more than enough room. Have a look. It could be the sheer weight of the doors themselves, so that could be playing effect. Looks like they're closing pretty good. Yeah, top one came down quicker than the bottom one went up. So that could definitely be the weight that's playing effect on that. See how they open up. So the top one is going to be lifting the weight while the bottom one is using gravity, basically. So we should see the bottom one finish first. Which we do. And the top one struggles. So, I don't think we can fix that. But it's not a big deal, honestly. It looks pretty good to me. How's our steel plate going? Because I would really like to weld this up. It's not bad. Not enough to finish it though. Alright, shut the blast doors. Alright, it's mostly welded up. Let's get some energy back. Can we access it from here? Just go blast doors. Trigger. That looks really cool. I think we should probably speed up the secondary pistons on these doors. Actually, no, it sort of looks good because what ends up happening is once the first set of pistons get max distance, the secondary pistons look like it looks like the doors slow down, but it's just because both pistons aren't working. It's only one piston from that point, so I don't know. It sort of looks like it takes it easy just before it fully closes, which kind of makes sense. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so you can see they're slow now. That's all right. Love it. It looks awesome. I really like it. Still got to finish welding it off though. So it's quite a bit to do, and we are just about out of steel plate. Let's open them up again so we can get behind there. Whoops, just headbutted the button. Yeah, so I've got all of this row to do, plus, you know, the piece that's actually connecting the door to the piston. It's kind of important. And that's all we've got, unfortunately. We're actually, we're getting kind of low on iron as well. We do have a little bit of a stockpile there, so 24,000 ingots that's already smelted. But if we have a look at the refineries, there's only 14,000 there, 500 there, 700 there, 700 there. Yeah, so we're basically out of iron. I've actually lost count of how much iron we've gone through now. It's over a few million to get this far, which is yeah, it's pretty cool how like, because when we first started the playthrough, if we got like 50,000 iron, it was like, yeah, we'll be set for ages. And now, like, for this hangar alone, I've gone through, well, I've gone through 25,000 steel plates just on these two doors. So, and then there was at least another 25,000 plates into the hangar itself. Oh, I love it. It's awesome. All right, well, rather than waiting for that, I think we're gonna call it a day. I really like how this turned out, and I hope you guys like it as well. I think I achieved what I was originally trying to go for, which was like a sort of futuristic looking hangar. It looks really cool. Except my offset just didn't save. That's why it looks weird in here. There we go. Now it looks a lot better. I wonder if any of the base has had their offsets reset. No, all of this looks good. Maybe I didn't actually put them in the group, which is a possibility. Yeah, even this brand new section here has had it saved. I don't think I showed you the lights in here either. I did all the lighting. So we can now wander the entire base without our lights on, which is the first time since we started the playthrough that we've been able to do that. Did I show you this? I don't think I did. I think you guys have missed out on it a little bit, because I wanted to break up this monotonous blank wall that we had, so I put in these really over the top lighting features. But it helps to throw a little bit more detail into this place, which was looking a little bit bare on the walls. But yeah, it's it looks pretty cool. Where is a control panel? Oh, which ones are they? Not that one, obviously. Oh, the radius is 15 meters, I think. And there should be 4 of them. Did I call them IL? No. Are they hidden? Oh shit. Seeing that green light just reminded me of something. I completely welded up the refinery room and the... Oh yeah, I put lights in here as well. Shit. I was meant to go through this at the start of the episode. Yeah, we've got like lights in here and everything. It's all welded up. And I threw lights in here as well. So I've got a little green light down the bottom there. Did the offsets save for these? Yes. Oops. And what about these? I don't think I had an offset for that actually. Yeah, so those lights in there are just to stop this whole thing from being green from the light underneath. It just sort of, it clashes with the front of it and it helps break it up. Because otherwise the entire thing was just engulfed in green. Yeah, so this place, yeah, it turned out really good. We've got these like orange lights everywhere. There's one of those connections, which is kind of cool. I don't think I did down here though. No, there's nothing down here yet. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. So this is all just bare bones. But yeah, this is like, this is all looking really cool. God, sorry guys. I completely forgot that I had done that. See if we can find, actually let's just fly up there. See if we can find those lights. What are they called? Just interior light. 15, yeah, this one. 15 meters. Okay, so it's those two. Most likely that one, I'm just guessing. And yeah, that one there. So we want to save those into this group here. And then we want to go to light offset preserver, main lights. If I recompile it and then rerun it with that argument, it saves them. So I only need the one script to do it. It doesn't matter what the settings are for the lights. Yeah, so putting that secondary one was pointless. All I had to do is rerun the script with the save function, and yeah, it'll save them. Oh, this is gonna look so cool. So for now, I think we're gonna have a temporary conveyor come out here with some connectors on it, just so we can start getting some ore into the system and parking our vehicles up here. And then we're going to build a welding ship, and we're going to start digging into this mountain and making the hangar bigger with the help of ships, which is going to be really cool. All right, but that is going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's get out here. Where's my camera? I hope you enjoyed it, guys. As always, don't forget to lead your targets, and I'll see you next time.